Hey everyone, I'm here to share a mini with you that I created for my friend Jane, and I finally finished it, so I wanted to share with you some things I've done. I used a paper collection. It's an SEI paper called, I think it's called Dill Blossom, and I happened to go into my Michaels one day, and I hadn't ever seen it there, and so it caught my eye, and it turns out it was on clearance, so it was probably like a return or something. Anyways, it was really pretty. I like the colors. It's like a taupe and light turquoise and some browns and greens and stuff. So anyways, that's what I wanted to use for this. So it was on clearance, like I said, for $6.99, and then actually the other day I happened to go in to another Michaels by my work, and they had one pad, and it was on clearance for $3.99, so I picked it up. So anyways, let me get started because I did quite a lot to this album. I kind of feel like with this album I wanted to do the same thing like I did with my recipe card and just put as many things on it as I could. So my theme is just like family memories. Jane made me a beautiful Christmas mini, and that's what we were going to swap, just a mini album. And so if you saw the video where I got my Christmas album, she did an amazing job. It's just absolutely beautiful. And so I kind of felt a little under the pressure to make sure I returned something as equally as beautiful. So I've taken this Cool Shape mini album, and it's all chipboard cover with the pattern paper from that line. And on the front here, I've done some bling. I did this little top note shape. It's chipboard, and I mounted it on to some foam tape so it would stand up, you know, kind of like like a frame. And then this is a little piece of, it's a chipboard. It's just like a title, and it says, "These are days to remember." And all of my flowers, with the exception of a couple, I made them all from either canvas that I cut out, or I did some in burlap and then some in felt. So I've done just a little canvas flower mixed in with some ribbon, and this is a doily. I added a button right here in the middle, and then I did a bird right here. And this was cut out of a Sizzix die. And I just added some bling to the bird, and I distressed everything. So that's the cover. Oh, and like on the back on this frame, I stamped it with a stamp that is the definition of love, and then I ran this little part of the frame. This is another piece that I just adhered to, add some contrast. I ran that through the Swiss dot Cuttlebug, which I used through most of the book, and then put that on there. And on the side right here, I just tied some ribbon. It's just the various ribbons that I've used inside, and then I made a Tim Holtz swivel clasp charm to hang off the side. And I added some vintage buttons, a heart, little pearly thing, and then a letter B for the family name. Okay, so on the inside, I left the inside, this first page blank, because I need to have something blank and plain. I don't know what it is, but anyways, I just left that part blank. Okay, so this is the first page. And I covered everything, like I said, with the same collection. And then what I did with what was left over from the cutouts of the shape of this album, I used them all up, like all the pieces, to create pockets or some type of element on the page. So that way I'd have that neat shape, and then I could use up those little, pieces that are left over after cutting everything out. So here I've just done a rose floret. I have this trim, and it just was the perfect brown for this. So I've created, like I said, like a little pocket. This pulls out, and everything's just filled with tags. This tag I made out of Stampin' Up! Crumb Cake cardstock, and I used a stamp set from Stampin' Up! Throughout the whole thing. It kind of mimicked a pattern. If you can see on this little tab, these stamps kind of mimic that flower pattern. So I stamped right here so she could journal. She could add add a photo right here. And then this is a paper clip that I had, and it matched perfectly, so she could either adhere the picture down or just clip it on there. And then I saw this idea from a fellow YouTuber. I'm so sorry, I can't remember your name, but she punched out tabs to cover like where the hole would be, and it creates a really cute spot for where you put your ribbon or whatever. And then I just tied some ribbon on here, and then the back is just a spot for a picture. So that tucks in there. And then I just cut out my own leaves, ran them through the Swiss dot Cuttlebug, added some pretty trim, and then did a scallop border on the end. Okay, the next page, I did the same thing. I took all those little pieces and I just created multiple pockets. Well, there's just two. I took a main color of green cardstock from the same line, and then I just stitched, like I cut these down, these two different patterns to fit in size and width, and then I stitched everything all together. I added a large scallop border right here on the side, and then I created, you know, the pockets. So they're stitched together, and then I didn't have to worry about having to glue anything down. And then I just took tags and I cut them down to fit, and I stamped them so that she could either put a picture or she could write on them. And that's all I did. And like I said, I stamped with that one Stampin' Up set that kind of mimics everything. And then I just did a burlap flower right here and a little silk flower with the brad in the middle. And then this is a Stampin' Up punch, cute little bird. Just to make it a little stronger, I punched it out quite a few times. Well, okay, 4 times in just plain craft paper, and adhered those all together, and then attached the pattern paper. That way it would give it some kind of body. And then right here with this trim, I just did a running stitch right through the middle, and then I pulled it tight, and then I glued it down to create that little ruffle. So I did on that one. Oh, and I forgot to say that I bound it with my Bind It All. With my cinch, and I used the largest size I had. I think it was 1.5, I think. Okay. On this page, I took another one of these little chipboard embellishments. They were by oh gosh, I can't remember. I want to say Little Debbie. No, that's a cupcake line. Gosh, I can't remember. Anyways, I had just a bunch of things that said Family Time, Days to Remember, Memories, and such, and that's where I got the title on the front. So this says Family Time. I made a bigger flower out of canvas. It's actually a scalloped circle, and then I just stitched it around and I pulled it tight to give it that shape of a flower. Cut my own leaves out. And then this is actually a Recollections flower. I just inked it up. And then I crumpled up the canvas before I adhere anything down, and like that kind of makes the edges look like that, and just gives it that vintage distress look. And then I this came out of some chipboard stickers, and I just popped it out of there. It says special to me, important, these are the days. And I did the large scallop right here again on the side, and then just a spot where she can mount a picture. And I left it I'll show you. I left like it open right here, so it's only adhered on the left side so that she could put a picture right there. And then this on the side pulls out where she can journal and put a picture if she'd like on the back. Okay, that's that page. And then the next page, I did another floret, and then I did these little canvas flowers with some little buttons, some Tim Holtz grunge board that I painted with the Stampin' Up Kiwi Kiss color. And then I cut my own leaves again, and then I did a little green little butterfly. These are from the dollar section at Mike's. And this was actually a card. It's a fold-over card, but I stitched paper onto it. I cut out a piece of canvas in the shape of a top note, inked it up, and crumpled it up a little bit. I cut out the shape on here with the pattern paper and a little scallop border, and then I put another one of those chipboard things that says it says treasure, and then I adhered everything down except on the side. I created like a pocket. So I put that big flower. This is from a K & Company collection, and then I stamped another spot for journaling, and then on the back she can put a picture there. So that's that page. Okay, moving right along. I wanted a spot where she can put a larger family photo and kind of just, have the photo as the main focus. So I did a larger mat, and then this is actually a chipboard cutout, and it went well with this same shape, so I covered it with pattern paper and adhered it on here. Did the same thing with the bird again, and did some ribbon, and again the picture can slide underneath there. And then I did one of those little ornament hooks from Target that I showed in one of my hauls, or one of my videos, because I don't do a whole lot of hauls, except the video you saw probably before this was a haul. Anyways, and then I stamped the definition of family. I have a stamp that says I have one that says family, friends, and I think cherish or birthday, I'm not sure. Anyways, I just stamped it, cut it out, mounted it onto some of the cardstock that was in that collection, and then I, with glossy accents, just highlighted the word family so it stand out. And it created another canvas and burlap flower with the vintage looking button in the middle. Oh, and I stamped all on the background of the solid paper on the back. Okay, and then the next page, this is also stitched on. This is where she can put a picture, and then I didn't adhere this all the way down, so she could slip a picture under there. And again, I really like the large scallop border, and then this is some pretty trim that I already had, and it actually went perfect with this paper with the colors. And then this is a cool idea. I took a crochet doily that I had, and I put some canvas, like a cutout flower canvas, on the back, just so that I could glue it down, and I created a pocket. And in here I've taken little mini file folders, and I just stamped them with spots for journaling. This one I didn't, but I cut these out because they mimic some of the flowers, and so I just adhered those on there. And this is a flower, ran it through the Swiss dot Cuttlebug, stamped on it. And then this larger one, it's a larger file folder, and I got one of those same paper clips because it matches perfect. And she can just write in here, and I put that like that. Okay. And then I did a little canvas flower with a little flower button in the center. Okay, the next page, the same thing. I created more pockets, except this time they're running this way using the same shapes. I just attached this large piece of solid cardstock and stitched again the two pockets, so that way this tag fits in like this. I put a frame there, and I left this open on top so she could put a picture through there, and on the back she can put a picture, and then a little canvas flower. And then this one is on top of that, and I like how the paper goes. It just goes so well together. And then picture and for journaling. And then I ran this through the Swiss dot Cuttlebug. I did a felt flower, and then this is just a silk flower that I had, and I added it on there with some embroidered crocheted trim and a little brown scallop on the side. And that's that. And then this next page, I cut this out, and it says life. I did it on to chipboard, and I ran it through the Cuttlebug. And I put family, it's a little cutout letter word I had, family life. And then this I also left so she can tuck a picture in here. It'll fit under the bird and then under here. I did another little birdie in the corner with the canvas flower and a little button and one of those frames. And then it's like with the white core paper, so I just ran my sander over it and then got that look. So. And this last one, it's plain. This is just for her to write, kind of sum up the whole album. And I did a little felt flower again with a prima flower in the middle. And then on the back, I stamped all over the back really lightly with scattered straw. And then I did this little frame. I ran it through another embossing folder by Cuttlebug. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like flowers and vines. And then I just distressed it with my sander to take off some of the color so you could see the white, and then ink distress it around, and then just handmade with love by in my name. So I had a fabulous time making this. I really enjoyed it, and so I hope Jane likes it. And it's pretty chunky. I like it. I couldn't close it. She came up with a super clever way to close mine, which I wanted to do, but I don't know. I had too much stuff hanging off the side, and I guess I should have thought about that first. So anyways, Jane, this is off to you in the mail tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it, and I really enjoyed making it for you, Jane, and I hope you fill it with family memories and you treasure it from years to come, just like I will treasure yours. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day and be inspired. Bye.